Good morning everybody, it's Wednesday the 24th of February and today we're going to do some predictions. Have a look at the picture and pause the video and think about what you can see and what might be happening in the picture. Maybe you'd like to get your whiteboard and pen and write some ideas down in a list. Right, let's have a think. Can you tell me some of your ideas? Shout out your first idea. That's right, it's looking very spooky over here, isn't it? Look, we've got clouds, you've got thunder and lightning, it's dark, and there's a castle in the middle. I think you might be right, I think it might be enchanted. I think there might be some magic going on inside the castle. I wonder why it might be magical and enchanted. Pause the video and write your ideas down on your whiteboard. I think you might have think there could be a curse. A witch might have put a curse on the castle. What else do you notice? What else do we think might be happening in the story? Pause the video and write down 2 ideas. That's right. Somebody might need to come to the rescue. If it's enchanted, we might need somebody to save the day. What might happen at the end of the story? I think you might write, I think they might live happily ever after. There is a sunshine for brighter days coming. So I think something might be exciting happen. They might live happily ever after. And we're going to start to use the word I predict. I predict that the castle is enchanted. Can you say that for me? I predict the castle is enchanted. We're going to use our capital. I predict. Predicts. I predict that the castle. What sound do you use for castle? It's enchanted. Can you help me sound it out? Enchanted. Why is our castle enchanted? We're going to use the word because and we're going to think about why. Because I think you might be right. I think because we've got this spooky dark forest and these thunderclouds, I think it's because it has a scary, wild forest, isn't it? If we've got a big dark forest, something might be happening. It might have got some magic in there because it has a scary, wild forest because it has, what sounds do you for hands? Pinch your sound. Has, because it has a scary, what sounds do you for scary? Scary, and we're going to use alternative E, we're going to use our Y. We're going to have a scary, wild forest. A scary, wild. What sound do you for wild? Old. Forest. What sound do you hear for forest? Forest. It has a wild and scary forest. And we finish with a full stop. What else do we notice about the picture? What could happen in our story? That's right. I think there might be somebody living in the castle. Who might live in a castle? You're right. A prince and a princess might live in the castle. If it's enchanted, who might live inside? You're right, it could be a monster. I think a grumpy monster lives in the empty castle. Can you think of another adjective we might use to describe a monster, a grumpy monster? Write down 3 ideas. Are you ready? Can you use your monster voice to tell me? That's amazing, some really good adjectives there. We've got mean, scary, hairy. Oh, that even rhymes. Wrinkled. Oh, I like that. A grumpy, wrinkled monster. Can you wrinkle up your face and show me that grumpy frown? Brilliant. I think a grumpy, wrinkled monster lives in the empty castle. I'm going to use my I think. What sound means for think? Think. I think. Grumpy. What sounds mean for grumpy? G, R, O, E. And again, we're going to use that alternative E. We're going to use our Y. Grumpy, wrinkled. Oh, that's a good word, isn't it? Wrinkled. Let's do wrinkle and we'll add the ed on. Wrinkle. Oh, it's a R sound, but we've got a W and an R together. R, E, K. Wrinkle, wrinkled. Well done, wrinkled. Monster. What sounds do we need for monster? A, S, T. Well done. A wrinkled monster lives in the empty castle. Lives. What sounds do we need for lives? Pinch your sounds. U, E, V, S. U, E, V, S. In. I. In the lives in the empty castle. What sound do we need for castle? K, A, S, T. Oh my, what a sad, grumpy monster living in the castle. That's what I think. What do you think? Why don't you have a go at writing down one of your predictions? You can use I predict or I think. And who might live in here? Write it on your whiteboard. Let's have a think of our last sentence together. I predict a girl will come to the rescue. A brave girl. A special girl. I think a brave and special girl will rescue the terrible monster. Can you help me? Are we ready? I predict. Predict. We've got it up here, haven't we? Predict. I predict a brave and special girl. Brave. What sound do we need for brave? B, R, A. And, aren't we? We're going to use 2 adjectives together. And special. What sounds do you hear for special? Special girl, girl, g, g, girl will. What's she going to do? She will rescue him. Will rescue. What sounds do you hear? S, Q, U, the terrible monster. The terrible monster. Can you think of an adjective that we could use instead of terrible? Let's have a think. Write it on your whiteboards. Are you ready to shout it out? I think you might be right. I think he is unhappy. He is unhappy, stuck in his castle, isn't he? Unhappy, that's a really good adjective. Unhappy. We'll rescue the happy. Unhappy monster. What sounds do you need for monster? Why will she help the monster? Let's use the word because. Because. Have a little think, pause the video. Why do you think the special brave girl is going to help our unhappy monster? So why do we think the girl is going to rescue the monster? That's right, he is. He's kind, he's friendly. He's not a mean monster. So we're going to write, he is friendly and kind. He, what do we need for he? He is friendly. He is friendly and, isn't it? That's a good word. And kind. What sounds do we need for kind? He's kind. What do we have at the end? A full stop. Now, I would like you to write your own sentences about predicting the story, and you're going to use I predict. I predict. And I think you can write 3 sentences, I predict, and writing because we want to know why you think that. Don't forget to upload them on Dojos.